Previously in the BTRDA Rally Series, we were treated to an epic battle between newcomer Elliot Payne and Bronze Star champion come Gold Star contender Callum Black on the Nicky Grist stages, with Payne taking victory by the slimmest of margins, just 9 seconds. Next up, the series moves north to the Scottish Rally, and it wouldn't just be each other that these two were fighting with. The Scottish stages notoriously tough on man and machine. Callum Black then leading our BTRDA contenders away among the Scottish Championship crews, Elliot Payne and Gary Pearson looking like being his closest challengers on the stages today. Let's head into those morning stages, and it would indeed be Callum Black and Jack Morton taking the early advantage. A good, solid run of the morning's first 2 stages would see the pair with a 7-second advantage. Second place at this stage would belong to Gary Pearson and Niall Burns. They were pushing the Fiesta pair hard in their Skoda Fabia. And for Ian Bainbridge and Will Atkins, it would be third. They'd enjoyed a podium position on the Nicky Grist stages, and this weekend was looking like it could be a repeat of that. But of course, they'd be pushing to try and make up a position or even 2 as the afternoon went on. Fourth at this stage would be a hard-charging Tom Llewellyn and Ross Whittock. Good to see this pair out for their first season in the R5 Mirage, and good to see them this high up on the leaderboard as well. The stage would certainly be a little different to the Nicky Grist, so this was a whole new learning curve for the pair. Elliot Payne had a different co-driver this weekend, Rhys Stoneman alongside for this round, as Cameron Fair would be competing with Jock Armstrong. Things were going okay for Payne, 5th fastest at this stage, but the times were close throughout the leaderboard. Leading the B13 class would be George Lepley and Tom Woodburn out of the blocks. They were the best of the rest when it came to the R5 and WRC cars on the stages, lying in 6th place overall as well. John Wink and Neil Shanks joined the BTRDA crews this weekend in the Hyundai. They were setting some good times as well to end the morning with 7th place overall. And running behind them on the results would be Vivian Hamill and Andrew Grennan. The gap back to the Fiesta pair would be a little bigger, but they were going well at this stage, so anything could happen as we've seen constantly in this series. With son Elliot winning the first round and up ahead on the leaderboard, it would be dad Charlie Payne with Patrick Walsh alongside, taking up 9th at this stage. Just over a minute separating the top 10 at this stage now. And rounding out that top 10 would be Richard Hill and Paul Maguire. The pair would be second in the B13 class at this stage as well. Looking like another strong result could be on the cards. Just sitting outside of the top 10 and no doubt wishing to be in it would be our NR4 class leaders Pat Naylor and Ian Lawrence. Sadly for them, the only ones in the class, so no class battle, but they were lying in 11th place overall. Struggling a little with the dust as many of the crews were, but they make it through in one piece in that MRF sponsored Evo. A few positions back on the result will be Steve Allman-Smith and Matthew Daniels. The Isle of Man crew lying 3rd in the B13 class at this stage and putting in some mightily impressive times on the gravel to lie in 16th overall. Another pair that we frustratingly lose from the battle would be Matthew Hurst and Declan Deere. Early in the rally as well, the Evo pair ending stage 2 down a bank. So the morning stages are complete here in Scotland. The results at the top of the Gold Star are shaping up like this.
Yeah, no, good start. So I'd say morning, but we're pretty much through the afternoon now. First one was, as expected, fairly loose. Both very fast stages. Yeah, just trying to keep our wits, listen to the notes. Notes are working well, track's working well. Just got to get to the end now, really. Just consolidate and hopefully hold our position. We've got A now, run through A, and then we go back through the final 2. So we'll see how the next one goes and then make a plan of attack after that.
Yeah, it's a good first stage, good start. We're sitting well, I think we're second overall then. It's 3 off the lead, but sadly in the last one, just on the coming around like a long right 6, there was a big rock on the line and just basically hit it on the front right. Prayed we didn't get a puncture, but unfortunately we did, so ran about 2.5 miles to the end there with a puncture, and drop to that time?
Yeah, really well. First stage was I was just far too nervous and didn't commit to it, but second stage really committed hard, and unfortunately we took a right rear tyre off and got a full deflator about 3 miles. So yeah, some sketchy moments coming around left-handers with the rear hanging out. But yeah, we're still in the run, we're still in the game, so we'll keep going after it.
A fast-paced, warm and dusty day on the Scottish stages then. Let's head into the afternoon stages of the rally. We sadly lose Steve Allman-Smith and Matty Daniels. Their good run coming to an end in stage 5. For Max Bradshaw and Liam Whiteley, it would be a problematic afternoon. I think that's fair to say. They have a puncture in stage 3, followed by an engine fire in the 4th stage of the day. Thankfully, they're able to put it out at the end of the stage, ending the rally, believe it or not, with 15th place overall, 4th of our B13 class runners, and counting their lucky stars. There'd be a bit of change in the top 10 as well, with some people lost from our results through the afternoon. Ian Baumgart and Dave Robson step up though to the leaderboard to round out the top 10 at the finish of the rally. There'd be some crucial positions gained as well for Pat Naylor and Ian Lawrence as well. No change of course in the NR4 class standings, as they're the only one running in that, but they do get to the end of the rally with 9th place overall, even stopping after the final stage to lend their spare wheel to another crew who'd suffered punctures so that they could get the car back to the finish. For Richard Hill and Paul Maguire this weekend, it will be a mirror of the opening round in Wales just a few weeks earlier. They take 8th place to end the event, 2nd in the B13 class. The first of our Payne family contenders then, as we count down the top 10, it's Charlie. With Patrick Walsh alongside, it will be 7th place. A good clean run on today's rally to avoid any problems and taking that overall position inside the top 10. The eagle-eyed among you will notice that we hadn't seen Gareth Sayers and Gareth Gilchrist in the morning inside of our top 10 leaderboard. They were in fact down in 12th place overall, but some good times and a fight back through the afternoon stages would see them end the rally with 6th place. 5th place would be another repeat of the opening round result for Tom Llewellyn and Ross Whittock. A great finish and a good run to get the car to the end of the rally to add some more points to their championship tally. George Lepley and Tom Woodburn get themselves a class victory in the bag this weekend. It wasn't without its challenges though, shall we say. A couple of punctures would hamper their overall times, but thankfully for them, the class position was safe, as well as 4th place overall. The same though couldn't be said for Callum Black and Jack Morton, retiring on the 3rd stage of the day with a double puncture on these rough Scottish stages. So of course, with Black and Morton out, there would be some change in the top of our results today. Ian Bainbridge and Will Atkins ending the rally on that final step of the podium, clearly pushing right to the finish boards and putting in some good times along the way in the Skoda. And with Dad further back in the top 10, things would get a little better through the afternoon for Elliot Payne and Rhys Stoneman. It wasn't a repeat of their victory from the opening round, but 2nd place was enough to keep Elliot ahead on points after this round of the series. Cameron Fair also leading the Co-Drivers' Championship thanks to a good run with Jock Armstrong this weekend as well. But taking victory this weekend would be a jubilant Gary Pearson and Niall Burns. A fantastic result for the pair, taking victory by 19 seconds, putting their first points on the board this season. And in style, that is how you make a good start. So our Gold Star crews reached the end of the 2nd round. Here's a reminder of how the final positions shaped up here in the MRF Tyres BTRDA Rally Series.